Tonight, the Western New York Flash and their four-game homestand as the Seattle Reign visits Sahlen Stadium for the second time in less than 2 weeks. NWSL Soccer is coming up next. Good evening, soccer fans. Welcome to Sahlen Stadium. We have a great one for you. It's the Western New York Flash playing host to the undefeated Seattle Reign. Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Giuliano. And before we introduce Mike Kerms, who's come back with us tonight, big thank you to Andy Evenhouse, doing a great job sitting in as color commentator in that last game against Boston. Well, he is back from the Americana. He's back from Brazil in the World Cup. Mike Kerms, welcome back.
I'm happy to be back. Watching the U.S. men's national team in Brazil. Now I'm here to watch several players with the U.S. women's national team. What a pleasure for soccer as a whole. It's just great.
There are some talented players on both sides this evening. We'll start our player profile with Seattle and number 10, Jessica Fishlock. I thought she was outstanding in that last matchup here in Rochester.
Player of the game in the last match. She got the game-winning assist for the Seattle Reign. She's on the Welsh national team. The last game she played with the Welsh national team, she got 3 assists. She's the link between the defense and the offense. She gets stuck in every single play. She gets involved. She's probably the most foul player on their team, but she also commits the most fouls, so she's always involved, and you're going to see her involved the entire time tonight.
She's got a few assists on the season, had a beauty to Sydney Leroux winning that game here in Rochester. For the Western New York Flash, a player we probably don't talk about too much, but very steady. She plays in the back, Kat Williamson.
She's a great role player for the Western New York Flash. She works right beside Brittany Taylor in the center back position, and she's really the link. She helps link with Brittany Taylor from moving that ball from side to side. A great defender out of the University of Florida, and one thing you may not know about her is she's got that red card last year when she was playing for Portland in the final, and Western New York Flash acquired her a year later in the trade with Portland.
We had a chance to catch up with Kat Williamson, and we talked about last 2 games against Seattle being unable to close out those games with leads late in the game.
Well, I think that it was kind of reiterated by Aaron after that game that we needed to focus on playing as a team, whether that meant changing our formation a little bit later into the game to protect that lead. We're just kind of focused on still applying enough pressure, not really sitting back. We still have to play our game, and hopefully we can do that today.
Number 17, Kat Williamson. Now time for the X's and O's, as Mike Kerms has been working on his chalkboard all day on the flight back from Brazil. Let's look at your keys to the game first for the visitors from Seattle.
Most importantly for Seattle is get behind the defense. In the last match here at Sahlen Stadium, really, they got behind the defense very well. That third-man run, it was Kim Little getting behind the back four, and there was a lot of opportunities for the Seattle, and they did really well there. Close down Lloyd. Lloyd's playing. She didn't play the last match against the Seattle Reign, so they really got to close down Lloyd and really prevent that player of the week from scoring another goal. And also avoid conceding the first goal. They concede a lot, and they're chasing games quite a bit, but they end up tying and winning as this undefeated team comes here in Rochester.
Those are some keys for Seattle. Now for the home side, the Western New York Flash, and their keys to the game.
Well, you add Lloyd to the mix. You have Lloyd and Lasada manage the ball. Really get that ball forward as quickly as possible. Once you win the ball, quick transition, change the point of attack, and get it behind the defense, playing their attacking third within 2 passes. Also defend well. You got a very strong offense. LaRue, Little, Goebel, Fishlock coming through, defend very well, but also close out games. Giving up goals in the 88th minute, 90th minute, that prevents you from a lot more wins and a lot more ties throughout the season.
All right, Mike, great job as we look at your keys to the game. Should be a great one. Hope Sola will also get the start in the nets tonight for the Seattle Reign. Stick around. Coming up next, it's the Western New York Flash playing host to the Seattle Reign. NWSL Soccer is coming up next on the Flash Broadcast Network.
Has become one of Rochester's most significant funds and awareness for Camp Good Days.
For the kids, for Camp Good Days.
Now for Courage Bowl 10, a new chapter, an East Side-West Side rivalry. St. John Fisher College, Rockport. Support Camp Good Days.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria, and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
This is Angela Salem from the Western New York Flash. The Flash Academy is a designed to allow you to train in a professional and competitive setting like I do every day. Check out the Western New York Flash Academy at www.flash.com for about every player and learn from the Flash's professional coaching staff and players like me.
Great Taste has landed. Sahlen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
Candace?
Oh no, Carl. It's just a new sriracha chicken melt from Subway.
It's not.
Like me to order something this spicy? I know.
But...
Oh, okay. Embrace your bold side. Try a new sriracha chicken melt. Subway. Be bold. Fresh.
Welcome back to Sahlen Stadium. It's the Western New York Flash taking on the Seattle Reign as they meet once again. Let's look at your starting lineups as we are seconds away from kickoff. Hope Solo gets the start in goal, her 12th appearance of the season. Cox, Dines, Fletcher, and Reed in the back. Winters, Little, Goebel, Fishlock in the midfield. Kawasumi and LaRue up top for Lisa Cole's Seattle Reign. For the Western New York Flash, they'll start with Lydia Williams in goal. This is her 12th appearance of the season for the 6-7-2 Western New York Flash. Aaron Lyons, the head coach for Western New York. They'll start with their traditional group in the back: Taylor, Reynolds, Edmonds, and Kat Williamson, who we featured at the start. And the kickoff taking place now for the Flash at midfield with Adriana and the NWSL Player of the Week, Carly Lloyd, doing the honors. Referee is Greg Dopka. Assistants are Danielle Chesky and Chris Trottier, and fourth official is Raymond Tam. Your injury report presented by UB Orthopedics, the official medical provider of the Flash. Carmelina Moscato and Amanda Frisbee out for Seattle, and for the Western New York Flash, Abby Wambach and Adriana Franch. All right, we are underway. As that was a very quick introduction. I'm Joe Giuliano. Mike Kerms also here. Mike, welcome.
Happy to be back.
For the Flash and the Reign. As Fishlock, who we profiled at the start, has a touch for Little. Now forward into space, looking for Goebel. She lets it roll through. Kawasumi. She'll get to this one, a low cross. And Zerboni spins and has it knocked away by Goebel. Now Winters. Good crowd on hand, still filing in here on a gorgeous night at Sahlen Stadium. Wednesday night, midweek NWSL action. As Reed chips one into the box. Reynolds gets the poke on it. Brought down by Dines. Little to Fishlock. Here's Salem. A lot of bodies, a lot of congestion in the middle of the park. They're going to go down the middle again with Carly Lloyd. Right at the Seattle defense, a long shot from distance, and she gives Hope Solo a little look early on here in the second minute. Hope Solo making her 12th appearance of the season. We all know about her arrest for investigation of 2 counts of domestic violence assault. That is behind her. She has another court hearing in August, and now she gets the start tonight, and she is having a fantastic season.
Well, and backup Kottmeyer, she's there. She's 2-0-1, playing in the starting role, and it's interesting change. But I mean, how could you keep Hope Solo on the bench when she's available? And I think they did last game. They kept Hope on the bench, and Kottmeyer with a 0-0. She gets herself a shutout, and it's the first time that the Seattle Reign have been shut out all year as well.
And Rapinoe also on the bench for Seattle. She has not played since April the 13th, but she is available as a substitute this evening for the Seattle Reign, who come in 11-0-3 undefeated. But Mike, the matchups against Western New York have been 2-2. Little with a 90th minute equalizer in that one. And then on June 22nd, LaRue and Lloyd with an own goal. 2-2, a late win for the Seattle Reign. So it's going to be a matter of closing this one out.
Yeah, closing out games is going to be very important for the Flash as they start going down towards the end of the season. In order to occupy that third or fourth spot, which I think that's where they're at, is in terms of getting a playoff spot, they're going to need to close out games. And particularly they're playing very well against the Seattle Reign, team in first place, undefeated, but they can't close the game out. 88th minute, giving up goals in the 88th and 90th, just inexcusable.
4 straight at home coming to a close tonight for the Flash. As Sam Kerr gets nailed with that clearance off the foot of Stephanie Cox. She is slow to get up. Fishlock, back to Cox.
It's not as inexcusable as giving it up in the last second of a match, though, such as the Cristiano Ronaldo cross on a ball.
Here's Vicky. Looking to get Zerboni, and her touch into space, no one there. Vicky leading the NWSL with 6 assists on the season, followed by Fishlock and Goebel, who have 4. Both of those players in the lineup tonight for Seattle.
And something Seattle doesn't want to do is they don't want to give up corner kicks and they don't want to give up set pieces. Lasada is just so dangerous at set pieces, particularly on corners, and she could put the ball wherever she wants. And the Flash have scored 5 goals in their last 6 matches off set pieces.
We'll see if that trend continues as Reynolds has a throw in on the far side. We're in the 4th minute at Sahlen Stadium. I'm Joe Giuliano, the man to my right, just back from Rio and Sao Paulo at the World Cup in Brazil. Welcome back, my friend.
I'm very happy to be back, and what a joy it is to watch the U.S. men's national team live. And now today I get to watch three key players from the U.S. women's national team, and that's Hope Solo, Carly Lloyd, and we'll see if Rapinoe gets some time as she comes back from that left ankle injury.
Restart here for Losada. Vicky, we'll call her.
And this is something that
you talked about set pieces.
We did. That Cole definitely does not want. Laura Harvey doesn't want her team to give up set pieces around in the attacking third.
Vicky with the restart. Service into the box. Adriana on the end of it. Couldn't get free as Lloyd also trying to fight through the challenge of Diness. And it'll be Hope Solo with a goal kick. Solo, the 32-year-old, 4 shutouts on the season. She has made 35 saves. Her goals against average, Mike, 0.81. That is tops in the NWSL.
Well, you're talking about one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And you've got Nadine Angara in the league, FIFA Women's Player of the Year. You've got Hope Solo.
Here's Little, though, with some space now on the far side of the 18. Still with it. Cox chipped into the box, set it away by Edmonds, but not out of the 18.
And before the game, that's what we talked about, getting behind the back 4 of the Western New York Flash. That's going to be key for Seattle. And there was an example right there. Kim Little getting behind that back 4 with a ball almost going to goal.
Zerboni with the block. Ends up on the foot of Fishlock. Back to Winters. Seattle coming off a scoreless result against Sky Blue. A season-high crowd of 5770 at Memorial Stadium. As this one hits the corner flag, and it's a goal kick. Referee's going to overrule the assistant and call a corner kick. First one of the game coming up here for Seattle. 6-0-2 away from home. As it'll be Kawasumi on the restart. On the near side, in the 7th minute. Delivers into the box. Short to Little, back to Kawasumi. And a deep cross. Cleared away by Samantha Kerr. LaRue in the last game here in Rochester quiet the entire day. And then in the 88th minute, a top-class finish with some help from Fishlock.
Well, you see that from forwards. They may be quiet, and I mean, a perfect example is in the Argentina. Messi's been quiet, and all of a sudden, bang, scores a goal. And I'm comparing LaRue to Messi, but really, that's what happened. She was quiet the entire match, and all of a sudden, Fishlock plays a great ball to LaRue, bang, goal. And for me, Jess Fishlock, player of the game against the Western New York Flash here last time.
Beautiful setup on that game winner as LaRue plays it back to Fishlock. Now on the outside, overlapping. Winters looking up, serving, and Edmonds will scoop it away for the Flash. Lloyd picking up where she left off against Boston. She was on a mission. This one's played into the box. Good crowd on hand. A lot of screams for Rapinoe and Solo as the national team superstars, always attracting a good crowd wherever they go. And Williams gets the punt up over midfield. Headed down for Little. We all know about her season. 11 goals, leading the NWSL. The Scottish international.
And the biggest thing for Laura Harvey was the quick transition that Little has made, adjusting to the American game, and she feels that she's done a tremendous job. She really didn't know how quickly she would transition, coming from Arsenal FC, where Laura Harvey coached her over there, and now she comes to the NWSL. She's transitioned phenomenally, leading the league with 11 goals, and you could see she gets behind that back four. She's so dangerous, coming from the attacking midfield role.
Good ball from Williams. Onto the near side for Edmonds. Now Zerboni.
Something that Zerboni and Angela Salem are really going to have to key in on.
There's Lloyd. Spinning away from Goebel. Little chip forward for Lloyd. Fletcher there. And knocks it out of play. Throw coming up here for the Flash. Two other games tonight in the NWSL. Washington at Boston. And Sky Blue taking on the Houston Dash. Vicky looking for her 7th assist. Kerr couldn't get on the end of it. Now Kawasumi brings it down. Nice settle there. Reed sends it forward. Salem.
And that's not a good clearance by Stephanie Cox. She's got to get that ball up and out. Instead, she puts it right back into the middle. And luckily, she hit another Seattle Reign player, but
Taylor, that
could have been dangerous.
Crafty long ball, and Vicky called for the foul as she collides with Reed. So the Flash coming in with 20 points. They're in 4th place due to the goal differential of 6. Here's a look at the replay.
And there's a great ball by Taylor, and Lasada, I thought, just goes up, straight up, and it's just a collision right there. And you'll see right here, you know, maybe she had her arms up just a little bit, but that's not in Lasada's game. She's not a dirty player. She's not really physical. She's a very crafty, technical Spaniard.
Kawasumi into space, and Williamson just reaching out. Breaks it up. Edmonds driven on the near side, way too deep. As Reed is up and okay. Plays it back to Hope Solo. This one comes off the side of her foot, and it will be a throw-in coming up here for the Western New York Flash as Solo gets a round of applause for that clearance.
I think it was Rapinoe who got the
was it?
cheer. Yeah,
she stopped the ball on the bench,
bringing the ball down so well. Yes.
Okay.
Getting her first action tonight.
Good touch there for Rapinoe.
And she's pretty happy about it as well.
Showing the coach that she's ready to go. Here's Solo. On the near side, Goebel. Williamson gets some help from Edmonds, and the Flash come away with it. Zerboni, pressured by Fishlock, has to go all the way outside to Reynolds. We're in the 12th minute and scoreless. The fireworks usually happen at the end of the games between the Flash and the Seattle Reign. Here's Reynolds to Carly Lloyd. 2 goals against Boston. Nice ball on the near side for Edmonds. Cuts inside. Had Adriana, but Reed closed the door. Sahlen. Spinning, looking, finds Zerboni. On the run, Kerr in behind the defense. Flag is up. Solo makes the save, but no pressure there as offside is called.
And Kerr was looking for that a lot earlier. She was screaming for the ball a lot earlier than that. But there was also, Western New York Flash are pressing high. There was 4 Western New York Flash players flirting with that back line on offsides, and Kerr just caught herself. She just took a step too early on that ball from Angela Sahlen.
Sent downfield, Williamson for Sahlen.
You got 2 teams here that play very similar styles. They like to keep the ball, change that point of attack quickly, and also try to get that ball behind the back 4 as quickly as possible, and also on 1 or 2 passes. Win that ball, get it forward within 2 passes.
Reynolds overlapping and unable to keep this one in play. So big news for the Flash. Abby Wambach is out, as we talked about at the start of the game. Frisbee and Moscato out for the Seattle Reign, who are undefeated 11-0-3. Their next game will be on Sunday against the last place Boston Breakers, while the Flash, they've got Houston, and they have been a handful for the ladies in red this year.
Yeah, you look at Houston and you say expansion club, we should be beating them, but they're not an expansion club. They're a very solid team. They remind me of the Seattle Reign from last year. That the Seattle Reign started the season 0-4, and then they got back Rapinoe, they got back Hope Solo, they started the gel, and they started to get on a little bit of a winning streak, almost starting to press towards that bottom of the league, but they were really a spoiler to other teams throughout the season. Now you see this Houston Dash team, they're starting the gel. Big loss at the beginning of the season in Brittany Bach, but they're a very, very good team, and it was just going to take a little bit of time, and sure enough, they're starting to compete.
Flash 0-2 this season against the Houston Dash. 1 game in Rochester, 1 in Houston. As Dines.
And no one's taking them lightly either. Everyone's putting a lot of pressure on them.
It's a good ball. Goebel in behind the defense. Left-footed shot up and over the net. As Williams watches this one sail over. Goal kick coming up here in the 15th minute for the Flash.
Goebel, a former Western New York Flash player, spent some time over in Japan. And look at this great ball, and she's got such a long stride and a good blast with the left foot. She's got to keep that under the bar, obviously. But she went over to Japan. She matched her physical size with with some technical. And Laura Harvey is very, very happy with what Beverly Goebel brings to the Seattle Reign.
She's called for offside as Kawasumi with a very good touch there. Quick one touch getting in behind the Flash defense. The 28-year-old from Japan, the international.
Yeah, and you've got players like Kawasumi, Fishlock, Cox, Solo, Rapinoe. And Laura Harvey feels that Beverly Goebel is one of those players that's going to go unrecognized from the rest of the league, and she's going to get some goals and some assists for this team. And she got 4 assists. She's tied in the Seattle Reign with 4 assists with Jess Fishlock.
Goebel won the 2011 WPS Championship as a member of these Western New York Flash.
And at that time, she was a role player. She came off the bench quite a bit. And now for Laura Harvey, she's starting. Consistent starter, doing a great job for the Seattle Reign.
Reed giving away to Lloyd. Adriana, good 1-2 with Carly Lloyd. Cutting inside. Lloyd has been on a mission these last few games. She's been dynamite. Oh, into space, Kerr, shot! Solo makes the save, and Cox will clear it away. First big test for Hope Solo.
And what a ball by Vicky Lasada. And that's one thing. You key in on Carly Lloyd, and then right there is Vicky Lasada. So you got the danger of both players. And here's Carly Lloyd, knocks it to Lasada, and Carly Lloyd makes a run, and people key in on Lloyd, but then there's Kirk crashing from that right-hand side. And a great save by Hope Solo.
Fletcher heads it away. LaRue. Cox. Well, Hope Solo's short absence. Not affecting her play as she came up with a big save in the 17th minute. Here's Zerboni. What a great run from Kerr and a beautiful touch from Vicky to spring the Australian international. Ellie Reed, the 24-year-old, playing it back to Fletcher. The veteran of the women's game, Fletcher, 29 years old. Played for Boston, St. Louis Athletica, and Sky Blue. There's Little. Nice play there by Taylor. Lloyd, Vicky. Behind Taylor, the center back, pushing way up there.
Sometimes the most dangerous attacking player on the field is that center back when she goes forward. No one's expecting it. And I don't think anyone was keying in on Taylor as she was going forward.
There's Fletcher.
Brittany Taylor, NWSL, best 11 last year. Having another tremendous season in 2014.
Adriana almost getting away from Reed, but Seattle and Fletcher play it back to Hope Solo, who's been the #1 keeper for the women's team since around 2005. Taking over for Brianna Scurry. There's LaRue. Outside to Kawasumi. Ellie Reed, good overlapping run. A low cross, no one at the top of the box, and Zerboni will come away with it. Here's Salem. Adriana calling for it, receives it, but Fletcher closes her down, along with Kawasumi, and Edmonds not going to receive that pass.
And Adriana there slides out to the outside almost, and she takes that run away from Edmonds. And really, Edmonds is so dangerous going forward on that left-hand side. Leave that lane open for Edmonds. Let her go forward. And Adriana, get in the middle and collect the balls there. Be that target forward. She drifted too much to the outside.
Salem all over Fishlock. As soon as she touches the ball, Angela Salem is there. This one's knocked out of play. The Flash will take possession. Quick throw into Angela Salem. Adriana, or it's Vicky now. Another ball across field looking for Kerr. She'll get on it. Top of the 18, Kerr. Oh, Adriana couldn't get her foot to settle it. And Reed will clear it away. This one's behind the Flash defense. LaRue took a run, but Williams off her line to scoop it away. Here's Vicky. Being held by Reed, no call. Referee says play on. Fans not happy with that. Flash looking to deal Seattle their first loss of the season. But Hope Solo back and looking to keep the reign perfect in 2014. #21st minute. Edmonds, slow clearance back to the keeper, a slow pass back to the keeper. Here's Adriana now. Winters gets a poke on it, but Lloyd still gets possession. Wide open on the outside is Reynolds, but Cox did a great job sprinting over and closing down the space.
Wow, just turned the wheels up right there. Not expecting that right away from Cox. I thought Catherine Reynolds could get that for sure.
Me too.
Cox just turned up the engines there, and no problem.
There's Kerr. Has it knocked away. Fishlock. Down the middle. Zerboni. Williamson. All the way back to Williams. She'll go long down the middle. Vicky, nice job. Player all over her back, still able to keep possession. Here's Hope Solo. He's outside to Dines, the 24-year-old. Played 17 games last season with Seattle. The University of Washington product. Now Solo. Little. Back outside to Dines. LaRue has been held in check 22 minutes in, but again, Everyone thought in that last game, that 2-1 win on June 22nd, the Flash had done their job. People may have forgotten there was 2 minutes left still.
Yeah, in last game, LaRue was really playing that attacking that forward role. And now she was playing on the left side, but she's switching with Bev Goebel right now. Going back into that role that we saw in the last match.
Sahlen working a little hard. Lloyd gets a poke on it and takes down Kim Little. Sahlen's been feisty in the middle of the field tonight.
She's always feisty.
High pressure.
She's always feisty. She's that blue collar worker. She's gonna do all the work. She's not gonna get recognized a lot, but she's gonna do a lot of the work for the rest of her team. And she gets the ball, wins it, plays very simple soccer, gives it to the Lasadas and the Lloyds that are gonna do the magic.
Not sure if this means anything, but Megan Rapinoe is up and stretching on the side of the bench. We'll see if Laura Harvey is going to give her a first run since April the 13th.
Well, my
she
guess
scored
is
a goal in that game as well.
My guess is she's just keeping the blood flowing in her ankles and just making sure she doesn't tighten up at all.
Nice little pass, Vicky. Now Lloyd going back to the far side, and Solo will scoop it up. It's been a long journey for Hope Solo, as we know about her situation just a couple weeks ago, but on the field as well. She got benched in favor of Brianna Scurry by Greg Ryan, and boy, did that decision ever backfire for him. Greg Ryan, now the head coach at the University of Michigan for the ladies' side. Pass is intercepted by Little. Fishlock. Kawasumi, top of the 18. Shot! Williams with a huge save! Little has the rebound, spins, shot. Williams again diving to make a big save. Well done from the Australian international.
And that play started from a poor giveaway by the Western New York Flash.
Flash coming out of their own half with Sahlen. And they dodge a bullet there, Mike.
Yeah, poor giveaway, and then just a great combination play by the Seattle Reign. And right here, it's Zerboni. Just a poor giveaway. Kim Little gets it, a nice little combination to Fishlock to Kawasumi. And I think Kawasumi had too much time to think about it. Just put it in the back of the net.
Back to live action. LaRue's taking a shot from the far side, and Williams.
And Williams with two big saves right there.
3 saves in a matter of seconds. So 2 great jobs by the keepers. Hope Solo on Kerr, and then Lydia Williams back-to-back coming up huge to keep this one scoreless.
You got your Australian national team keeper against your U.S. national team keeper, and they're making a show for the fans here.
Kerr goes up, but it's off the head of Fishlock. This one midway through the first half, getting exciting at Sahlen Stadium. As Reynolds looking for Adriana. A goal and 3 assists on the season for Adriana, the 27-year-old. That one's off of her foot, and a throw-in coming up for Seattle. Fishlock plays it back to Cox, now Goebel. No one there but Sahlen for the Flash. Zerboni looking to settle things down, plays it simple to Williamson. Now to the near side. Kawasumi has been buzzing all over the place in the first 23 minutes of the match this evening.
Yeah, you see how quickly she closed down Edmonds. She's all over the place and getting that opportunity going forward, and she's just on the other side of the ball playing defense very well.
Headed away by Williamson. Sahlen looking for Vicky, a heavy touch. Ends up back on the foot of Vicky. Central, Adriana was going to pull the trigger. Comes back to her left. Into space, and Fletcher is going to guide off Lloyd as Solo will scoop it up.
Yeah, and I think Adriana's got to keep that ball going out to Kerr. Get it back to the outsides. Let's get numbers in the box and get across into the box.
Little goes down, but still plays it outside. The referee could have played the advantage, but decided to make the call and give Seattle a restart in the 27th minute. Seattle's 36 points, 6 better than Kansas City, who have 30 points right now on the season.
game in hand, too.
Laura Harvey, the 34-year-old coach, signed a contract extension through 2017. Had a look at her on your screen there. Is Little, low service, headed away by Vicky. Fletcher. Reed, her cross. Not a good one. Taken away by the Flash, Adriana. Vicky. Quick service. A little too much on the touch. Looking for Samantha Kerr.
Yeah, that's the third or fourth time that Lasada has tried to hit Kerr on that far side and just has not been successful. You like to see Lasada working the ball through the midfield a little bit more versus going forward for that long ball. It's almost impossible sometimes.
LaRue on the far side. Reynolds gets a poke on it to slow her down. LaRue looking. Shot. Good block there by Taylor, helping out her defense partner.
Yeah, Brittany Taylor is always there in the cover position. You got your first defender, and then Brittany Taylor's always there, second defender, and blocking shots like that all the time. And that's why she was part of that NWSL Best 11.
All right, it'll be a throw-in for Seattle. A few arms up in the air from the Flash players, but referee's assistant making the call on the far side, Winters. LaRue, heavy on the touch and picked up by Taylor. Zerboni, tough one to deal with as Winters came in to win it. There's Kawasumi. Sleeves rolled up. She's ready to play. Winters, the 25-year-old. Father was a player in the NBA, also a coach in the WNBA, Brian Winters. Kim Little made her debut with the Scots at 16. Good ball into space, and a late flag comes up as Kawasumi knocking on the door again. Kawasumi has been very good here in the first 30 minutes.
And definitely the style for Seattle tonight. Keep the ball, knock, 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 over the top. And they're seeing a lot of opportunities. Kawasumi pretty close there on that one for the offsides.
Kawasumi.
Get behind that back four as quickly as possible.
2011 Women's World Cup, scored 2 goals in the semifinals that helped Japan advance to the final against the U.S., which Japan won on PKs. And Seattle coming back with it now. Winters. Back to Dines. Fletcher. 30 minutes in and scoreless, but opportunities have been there for both sides. Hats off to both keepers. Solid performance. Winters. Kawasumi again, receiving, turning, almost threading the needle there to Goebel. Flash defense breaks it up. Given away though, Lloyd has to hustle to keep possession. Going long to the far side for Kerr.
And that's what you're missing when Lloyd's not on the field, is that solid ball to switch the point of attack. And twice you've seen that tonight. One time to Kerr, another time to this side, to the left side of the field, to Lasada.
Throw coming up for Samantha Kerr, having a great season, 5 goals and 2 assists on the year for the 20-year-old. Here's Zerboni, whips across into the box, headed out by Reed. And Edmonds called for the foul. Referee was right there and maybe a little late with the whistle.
Wanted to see what happened.
Close enough to make the call.
Yeah, wanted to see what happened, but her hands were definitely on Kawasumi's back there.
Fishlock through midfield. Little back to Fishlock. This one should be closed down. No. Cox will get to it. And cross one into the box. Lydia Williams makes the save. 32nd minute.
Good work by Samantha Kerr, really tracking that defender all the way back. And both teams playing very similar formations in that 4-5-1, try to transition into that 4-3-3. The Western New York Flash more so transitioning into a 4-4-2 with Kerr, and Lasada doesn't get forward as much for the Western New York Flash. Where on the other side of the field, you see LaRue hanging up a little bit higher and Kawasumi getting to that attack a little bit quicker.
Dynas call for the foul, riding up the back of Adriana. And this is Brittany Taylor territory on these restarts. She serves in a great ball. We'll see if she can do it again. Taylor making her 16th appearance of the season. See if the Flash can come up with some magic on another set piece.
Yeah, although Losada is very dangerous on set pieces on the ball, on top of the ball, these balls from Brittany Taylor are phenomenal.
There's another one. Winters, the rebound off the crossbar. The referee's assistant has raised the flag, and it did cross the line.
And that was in and out by Losada, and a great goal. What a strike by Losada. And that's what we're talking about, that dangerous ball by Brittany Taylor on those set pieces in the middle third. When it's in the attacking third, it's Losada's job. Middle third, it's Brittany Taylor's job. And a good ball by Brittany Taylor, and a great finish by Losada.
And Taylor, that dangerous ball, Mike.
Yeah, it seems like a similar ball earlier, and it's that poor clearance we're talking about from these teams sometimes. It's got to go up and out. Keelan Winters just trying to get her head on it. She would have been better off just flicking that out for a... And you'll see the
good look at it here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you see all the rubber pop up behind the line there. Great stuff by our production crew to get that. But again, it's Keelan Winters with that poor clearance from Brittany Taylor. I don't know if there's anything else she could have done with it except flick it out for a corner kick. I know you don't want to do that, but sometimes you have to. It backfired on the U.S. men's national team when Brad Davis put it out for a corner kick. Thomas Müller scored right after that for Germany for that 1-0 lead. But
Vicky's third goal of the season, and she is actually down near the circle. That goal coming in the 33rd minute, unassisted as Winters headed that one away, and Vicky looks like she took a shot to the jaw.
I'm sorry to bring up the U.S. men's national team, but I was there and I
there,
saw
you lived
it.
it.
I said, why did he flick that out for a corner kick?
Vicky is up and okay.
And now I'm saying Keelan Winters should have flicked that out for a corner kick because it was the opposite way.
Paid the price for the poor clearance, and again, great look on the replay. John Catalano and our entire production crew.
It's difficult when you got Brittany Taylor playing a ball that's just stroked like that. It's difficult to make that, get that up and out as quickly as possible, particularly when you're running. And Keelan Winters was running backwards.
Dennis on the replay machine tonight. That's a great look. Thank you very much.
But again, where was the mark on Losada? Who had Losada on that mark? And that's the person that's got to raise their hand and say, my bad.
There's Vicky. Taken away by Little. Now to Winters.
So, key to the game today, close out games.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they've been in this position before where they've had the lead against Seattle.
And key to the game for Seattle, do not concede the first goal. And Laura Harvey, she's going to go back in the locker room and say, why are we conceding the first goal? We're chasing. Now we're chasing the game again. And you know, you're an undefeated team. Eventually, that's going to backfire on you.
Here's Reed. Kawasumi. Immediate pressure from Edmonds as Kawasumi gives a look back to see who came through on the hard challenge.
So how do both teams respond in the next 5 minutes? This next 5 minutes is critical, and then you're going to be in the last 5 minutes of the half. Players are tired, so it's going to be an exciting 10 minutes here.
Adriana. 36th minute. Dynas to Fishlock. Very warm evening in Rochester tonight. It is a kickoff time. It was about 85 degrees, now down to 82.
And there's that opportunity again. Kim Little getting behind Williamson and Taylor for a combination play as the third man runner. LaRue, Fishlock, Little getting behind the two center backs.
Here's Vicky. She has been dynamite this season, whether finishing or setting up goals. Oh, what a play through the legs of Winters. And now in the middle of the field for Salem. Entertaining stuff from the Flash. Lloyd outside to Reynolds. Back to Carly Lloyd just outside the 18. Fishlock marking her. Lloyd, that patented cutback move we play on with the advantage. Kerr. How would you describe that move? It's kind of just like a little scoop, cutting it back around the defender.
You're talking about Losada's.
Lloyd's.
Right. Oh, Lloyd's right there.
down
Well,
there,
it's just a fake shot and trying to really cut it back on Fishlock. Fishlock does a really good job defending there, just stepping in front of the man, but also going after the ball.
Beautiful move. Love it.
And she's successful very frequently on that.
Here's Kerr. Whips across, deflected. Cox and Kerr battle for it. And Seattle coming out of their own half. LaRue, 1v2. Looking to turn on the jet, slows it down. Backheel pass, and no one there. Taylor reads it well.
Well, I think that was just a poorly executed back pass by LaRue, and at times you just got to play simple, and that was not a time to play simple at all. The back pass, I don't believe, was even on in that case.
Just behind Adriana, Kawasumi comes away with it. Now Winters, the captain, back to Fletcher. And on that goal by Vicky in the 33rd minute, give the referee's assistant on the far side, Chris Trottier, a ton of credit. He was in a perfect position, didn't hesitate to make the call.
Yeah, looking for that in and out, which happens quite often off of a shot like that.
Here's Reed, marked by Edmonds. A low, soft cross into the box, just cleared away by Taylor. And Seattle starts their attack again. Winters. Lloyd and Salem combine to take it away for the Flash. Some space opening up here. Adriana going to the far side. Cox breaks up the pass for Kerr.
Again, they keep trying to hit that ball to Samantha Kerr, and Stephanie Cox has been in position every single time. Experienced women's national team player there.
There's Ellie Reed. Kawasumi. A lot of touches for her. Now Little. Good ball to the far side for Goebel. Takes a touch into the 18, and she slides to knock it into the box, but no one trailing in on the play.
I think she could have actually done better with that first touch that she got there. And that was the second time she got the ball on her left foot there. Take another opportunity at goal. But no one else was following up either. So that ball was played, and it was like the rest of the Seattle Reign just watched. Say, Beverly, go for it.
Thought she was going to pull the trigger there. In the 40th minute. The Flash with a 1-0 lead. Nothing new against Seattle. They had a 2-1 lead on May the 25th at Memorial Stadium. And Little scored in the 90th minute. And then we all know about the June 22nd, 83rd and 88th minute goals from Seattle. We'll see if the Flash can, as Mike says, close out this one. A lot of time left, though. Kawasumi whips across, blocked by Williamson. Another low cross. No chances from Taylor. And cleared out of play. Reed throws this one in. Looking for some movement here. As play comes to a complete stop.
I think they were waiting for Kawasumi to tie her boot.
Little breather for both sides. As again, it's a warm and muggy evening in Rochester. Fishlock. Good idea, but Edmonds reads it well. Adriana. Zerboni. Flash coming forward. Edmonds. It's a tough one, but Vicky does a good job to keep possession. Zerboni.
You see Edmonds getting forward there a little bit, but because both teams are playing in that 4-5-1, you're not on both teams. You're not seeing the outside backs getting forward as much as you've seen in the past and getting those crosses in.
Taylor
really not involved much.
Being hounded by LaRue, has to go back and play it safe to Williams. Flicked on by Zerboni. Winters will play it back to Cox, and then they'll go back to Hope Solo. Trailing in shutouts to Barnhart from Kansas City with 7. There's Fletcher. Reed, we're in the 42nd minute. Kawasumi back to Reed. Always a tight one with these two teams. Fishlock High pressure is giving her some trouble tonight. Lloyd. Adriana. Reed coming back. Nice job of defensive play there from Ellie Reed. And look at Little all the way back to receive this one. Dines to Winters. Seattle, very slow pace right now.
It's hot out there, Joe, and it's as a player, it's at the end of the halves, and it's tough to play in this heat at such a long period of time. And both teams are very, very fit, but still, it's 45 minutes of just constant running, and this game has been going up and down quite a bit.
See if there's one more push here for the Flash. Kerr. Low driven cross and no one there. Fishlock goes outside to LaRue. Knocked away by Reynolds. Service from the flanks for both sides, a bit off here in this first half. Good job building up, getting to that point, but the delivery, I'm sure it's something both coaches will address in the locker room.
Yeah, not on point. I mean, there you saw Samantha Kerr crossing one, and no one really there to get to the end of it. She didn't put it on point either, but really Lasada didn't move. She just watched that play happen. And then earlier you saw Kawasumi. She had an opportunity and just was off the mark with Fishlock, which could have been a dangerous for the Western New York Flash, and opportunistic for the Seattle Reign. It was just off mark.
Edmonds heads it. Brings it down, pushes it on the near sideline. Adriana back to Edmonds. Vicky. McCall Zerboni. Right at midfield, can't go forward.
Yeah, and even Zerboni is telling Adriana's floating to the outside. You see her, she's all the way on the sideline here. And Zerboni's telling Adriana, get forward. I want to get you behind the back four. Let's play in their attacking third.
He just did it again.
Like, what are you doing over here? Let Edmonds take that space. She's taking Edmonds' space right now. And that's what Zerboni, the experience that Zerboni's had, the leadership she's got, trying to tell Adriana, play your role. Your role right now is that target forward. You're not playing it.
Adriana on the left side now, as Taylor will have the restart for the Flash. Steps into this one. Far side, headed up in the air. The Cox will clear it away for Seattle in the 45th minute. No indication yet of stoppage time.
We talked about those set pieces that Laura Harvey had to tell her team before the game. Watch out for those set pieces.
Good touch, but offside.
And that's another one. That's 5 for 6 games for the Western New York Flash. 5 goals in 6 games off set pieces.
Good point. That magic touch continues.
And earlier I mentioned 5 for 6, but it was actually 4 for 5.
1 minute of stoppage time? Well, you knew it was going to be 5 for 6.
I knew it was going to be 5 for 6. I knew it was coming. Brittany Taylor with just a beautiful ball.
All right, 45 minutes have been played. We've got 1 minute of stoppage time. And another restart just inside of midfield for the Flash. Taylor to tee it up.
Yeah, and this one's obviously not as dangerous. The other one was right on that board of the final third and the middle third, and that's where Brittany Taylor is just so dangerous playing those balls. But Carly Lloyd is moving forward. I know and Brittany Taylor's going to strike one. If Carly Lloyd can get her head on this and knock it across, there she is. She does.
Push. Lloyd, Salem, a left-footed shot. It's right at Hope Solo. And a good, long, booming kick to start the Seattle attack, but Taylor heads it away. LaRue comes away with it for Seattle. And that'll do it for half number 1 here at Sahlen Stadium. The Western New York Flash have a 1-0 lead. Vicky with the goal in the 33rd minute, as the Western New York Flash will go into the dressing room once again leading the Seattle Reign. We'll take a break for halftime, and when we come back, it'll be second half kickoff at Sahlen Stadium. Western New York 1, Seattle 0. This is the Flash Broadcast Network.
Great taste has landed. Sahlen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
Has become one of Rochester's most significant athletic events. It is more than just a game, raising funds and awareness for Camp Good Days.
For the kids, for Camp Good Days.
Now for Courage Bowl 10, a new chapter, an East Side West Side rivalry. St. John Fisher College against Rockport. Support Camp Good Days.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria, and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
Candace? Calm down, Carl. It's just a new sriracha chicken melt from Subway.
It's not.
Like me to order something this spicy? I know.
But.
Embrace your bold side. Try a new sriracha chicken melt. Subway. Be bold. Be fresh.
Now the good times at the distillery. times at the
chess match. The midfield, both teams are matched up. It's a 4-2, 3-1 against a 4-1, 3-2, or basically it's a 4-5-1. Both teams trying to move into a 4-3-3 on the attack, playing a 4-5-1 defensively, and it's been an evenly matched game. Just that the Western New York Flash got the best of the Seattle Reign in that free kick. Another set piece by the Western New York Flash. 5 set piece goals in 6 games.
The Western New York Flash wrapping up 4 straight games at home tonight. On June the 18th, they beat Chicago 2-0. Lost to Seattle on the 22nd of June 2-1, and then knocked off Boston 2-1 on Friday, June the 27th. They'll be on the road Saturday, July 5th against the Houston Dash, and then home on Saturday, July 12th against the Washington Spirit. 7 p.m. kickoff here at Sahlen Stadium. Visit WNYFlash.com for more information. Mike, any changes you see for the Flash to begin half number 2?
I do not see any changes whatsoever.
Let's look at Hope Solo as she makes her way back into the nets, and she came up with a huge save in the first half, denying Samantha Kerr on that one-on-one opportunity.
Laura Harvey giving Sydney LaRue some final words of advice as she comes off the field, and just coaching. There she is with Bev Goebel as well, and maybe just giving her team, her players, just a little bit of confidence. As you can see Bev Goebel just smiling and constantly coaching, and her players love to play for her, and that's the great thing about Laura Harvey.
And we are underway as Winters plays it back to Fletcher. Headed away by Reynolds. And a gust of cool air coming through the stadium now as temperatures have dropped probably 5 to 10 degrees here to begin this second half. As it looks like the same 11 out there for Seattle as well. No changes for the Flash. As we mentioned, Rapinoe, the big name that is available for selection this evening for the Reign. Here's Winters. Former nominee for WPS Rookie of the Year back in 2011. Winters. And LaRue. Couldn't get to that one. A throw-in coming up here for Reynolds. Adriana backing in, settling, and keeping possession here. And she'll get a throw-in coming up for the Flash. Adriana Martin, 27 years old. Checking to the ball. Reynolds will go up and over her. Kerr flicks it on into space for Lloyd. As Lloyd and Winters go down, and Carly Lloyd is called for the foul. A little unhappy with the call. Carly Lloyd, the second most fouls committed in the NWSL with 25. McCall Zerboni leads the league with 26 fouls committed. But Lloyd also has suffered 19 fouls against her, so it's gone a little bit of both ways. Short restart. Reed. Kawasumi. Vicky to Adriana. Good combination play on the far side. Edmonds with a throw-in. Looking for some help just inside the Seattle half of the field. Looking for Vicky. Adriana taken away by Little. Into space, LaRue. Oh, that was close. Taylor may have been late to pull up on the trap. But LaRue called for offside. And the restart coming up here for the Western New York Flash. At home, they're 4-2-1. Away from home, 2-5-1. Coming off a big 2-1 win against Boston, LaRue barrels into Brittany Taylor, who's slow to get up. And Sydney LaRue with a few words for the official. She better be careful.
Well, the official very adamant about his call being right, telling LaRue exactly what she did to Brittany Taylor.
Not happy with the call, but LaRue, the 24-year-old U.S. international.
Referee not happy with LaRue or Harvey.
No cards issued yet tonight. As Taylor bombs another one into the box, and Cox will clear it up in the air. Goebel. Lloyd. Throw in here for Seattle. The rain tying sky blue on Saturday. Probably should have been 3 points. LaRue hit the post. Fishlock hit the crossbar. And sky blue lucky to come away with a point. There's LaRue coming forward now. Little poke away from her by Zerboni.
Fishlock a little frustrated. She was flirting with that back line, running flat across that back line, and really wanted that ball from LaRue to be played through. And LaRue just took it on her own.
Adriana. Zerboni. On the flank, Samantha Kerr turning the corner. Still with it, Kerr into the 18. Crosses. Vicky. Lloyd. Still with it. Outside the 6, Vicky spins. And this one goes over the end line. Lloyd normally would have pulled the trigger and ripped it through the netting. That time, unable to get that shot away, but a great run from Samantha Kerr.
Very surprised she took the cut there, and Samantha Kerr does a great job getting down the line past Dynas, and Lasada just bobbles a little bit. I thought Lloyd was going to rip it there with her left peg. Just doesn't. Lasada tries to do gets a little too crafty here towards the end line and goes out of bounds.
Short on the restart, Dynas. Cox.
Samantha Kerr just using her speed to get down the line and to get that cross into the box.
Miscommunication there defensively for the Flash. Seattle keeping possession. Fishlock, good move, gets around Lloyd. And Zerboni dumps her after the ball was kicked away by Fishlock. A little late on the call. And a restart coming up here for Seattle.
Referee getting challenged from both sides
Yes.
in this first 6 minutes of the half.
That's where Fishlock really seems to be very dangerous when she starts dribbling at that defense.
See right here, Fishlock and Zerboni just holds her ground. Fishlock went into her. Could have gone either way for me.
Little on the restart. Swerving ball. Good one in the box, and Williams bobbles it. And Vicky luckily there for the Flash to clear it away. Adriana. Samantha Kerr. Kerr again now with some space. Takes a few dribbles, turning on the Jets, and good job by Cox just closing the alley there for her to push it forward. Adriana settles it, fires one from distance, and Solo watches that sail wide.
And you saw the frustration in Vicky. Vicky made that run out of the midfield. She thought she was going to get the first ball from Adriana. Adriana played it to Samantha Kerr, and Kerr also had the opportunity to play a 1-2 off Vicky, and Vicky got very frustrated there. Play through Lasada, use Lasada, and that's what she's saying, use me. Samantha just trying to use her speed, and that's where, as Samantha Kerr, she starts to gain some more experience. She's not gonna try to take things on her own. She'll use the players that can do the magic, such as Lasada.
Well, Fishlock trying to create something on that far side, headed away by Williamson. Winters. Reed. Into the box. Reynolds heading it down to Lloyd. Looking for Vicky, but Winters comes in, the captain. Getting it back to Reed. She's got some space to look up. She'll go outside to Fishlock. Driven ball. Goebel with the header, and Williams! Another save in the 54th minute. Lydia Williams has been big.
But still a great ball by Fishlock again, and a great header by Beverly Goebel. And here's that ball played out to Fishlock. She finds her finds her woman, Beverly Goebel, and she heads it almost right to the corner, and great save by Lydia Williams.
How about the night that the 26-year-old Williams is having for the Flash? She has been acrobatic this evening.
She wants her shutout against Hope Solo.
Edmonds headed away. Loose ball picked up by Zerboni. Now Salem. Fishlock and Salem. That's been a good battle all night long. The Welsh International wins it. Seattle comes away with it. Little. Good ball. Very good ball on the far side. Kawasumi. Marked by Williamson. And not sure if that was a shot or a cross, but not troubling the Flash at all. Lydia Williams, her 12th appearance of the season. She's got 2 shutouts, a 1.09 goals against average, the dual citizen of Australia and the U.S. She has been on top of her game this evening. She'll have a goal kick here for the Flash. Sun has set. Temperature has cooled off. Should be a good pace to this second half. As the referee will stop play as Lloyd and Winters colliding, banging heads. Referee wants the trainer to come on and take a look at both players. Lloyd looks like she's okay, the NWSL Player of the Week. It's the 3rd time this season that a Western New York Flash player has been voted the Player of the Week. Vicky picked up the award in week 1, and Samantha Kerr in week 9. Congratulations. As maybe we'll have a look at that service from Fishlock.
And it's why we keyed in on Fishlock at the beginning of the game, because you can see right here, she gets the ball, and she looks, she finds her player, and she puts it right on the mark as Beverly Goebel crashes into the box, and a nice header by Beverly Goebel. Good save by Williams to get there. But really, it's Fishlock who's just all over the place. You see her on the outside. You see her on the inside. She plays from box to box.
Carly Lloyd is okay. Getting ready to check back in. Winters may have taken the brunt of that one as they've got a little bandage up near her nose towards her right eye. And see if she gets bandaged up and heads back onto the field. The team captain, Keelan Winters. Seattle playing with 10 right now. As Zerboni spinning away from Kim Little. Lloyd through the midfield. Kerr on the outside. Chip into the box. Hope Solo at the 6 dominates that one.
Talked about it earlier. Get that ball into the box, into a place that's going to mean something, and make it count. You do all that hard work. Build the play up from the back.
Here's Salem to Lloyd.
And then the cross just doesn't count.
Another good ball, looking to work Kerr. On the near side, takes a touch near the end line. Dyness marking her. Kerr still with it. Comes back top of the 18. Salem. Working the far side. Lloyd was wide open, but that was way up over her head.
And I think Angela Salem had another idea right there, thinking to put the ball to the outside.
And Jasmine Spencer will be coming on for the Western New York Flash. Adriana is down on the turf. We'll see if she's the player who's going to be coming off. 11 is on the board. That's being held by the 4th official. So in the 58th minute, Jasmine Spencer will make her 15th appearance of the season for Adriana, who looks to be injured. As The trainer taking a look at Adriana Martin. And Spencer will come on. 1 goal, 1 assist for the speedster, number 15, Jasmine Spencer, getting her final instructions from head coach Aaron Lyons. We are in the 59th minute. First change of the game coming up for the Western New York Flash. Jasmine Spencer, 23 years old, from Bayshore, New York. Your neck of the woods, my friend.
That's right, Long Island player. I'm sure she has some experience with Paul Riley and the Albertson Soccer Club in her past. And
Adriana looks to be very upset coming off here.
This substitution for your Western New York Flash.
Hopefully nothing too serious, but she does not look happy.
Jasmine Spencer. Replacing number 11, Adriana. Substitution in the 59th minute.
There's Dines. There's Adriana getting looked at by the training staff. Didn't see any contact. It was behind the play on the pass that was hit over Lloyd's head, but Adriana looks to be very upset. Hopefully nothing too serious, as that would be a major loss for the Western New York Flash. Abby Wambach home resting, trying to get that knee right.
well, if you got Abby out and you got Adriana out, that's going to really hurt the Western New York Flash because you lose your target forward, and you got to change your game plan a little bit. You've got Sonia on the bench who can play in that attacking role. You got Jasmine Spencer, but none of them are real targets. Samantha Kerr, Spencer, and Sonia, maybe your front three there.
And throwing for Cox.
And they'd be three front runners versus either one of any of the three of them being a target forward.
One touch forward, no one there but Reynolds. Salem knocks it away from Winters, who's come back onto the field after bumping heads with Carly Lloyd. Bree starting to pick up here at Sahlen Stadium in favor of the Flash, who are attacking from left to right. Good ball into the box. LaRue gets the header on it, and it just sails wide of the post. Not too far off the mark for the 24-year-old.
All right, fans, it is time for tonight's Subway Lucky Roll. Time to roll on you. Tonight's winning row is in section 120.
Williams. Solid performance tonight. We'll boot this one back in the 61st minute. 33rd minute goal from Vicky, her third of the season unassisted. And it's 1-0 Western New York. Let's see if they look to capitalize on the speed of Jasmine Spencer. Intercepted by Reynolds. Salem. Zerboni. Tight spot, plays it back to her keeper. We'll see if Rapinoe gets the nod here this evening. Last season, she debuted here for the Seattle Reign. It was June 23rd, a 1-1 draw between these two clubs. The beginning of the turnaround for Seattle.
I'm sure Laura Harvey's thinking right now, maybe she could debut here again.
The double team work, Edmonds.
For the Seattle Reign and bring on some of her magic, and she hasn't seen time in a long time, and she's warming up like she was told that there's a possibility of her going in today.
Yeah, this time a little more intensity to her warm-up than we saw in the first half. And there's a quick long throw into Little on the far side, looking up. Swerving cross, Goebel with a great finish! Heading the hammer. Hammering the header home in the 62nd minute. What a finish.
What a ball by Kim Little, though, getting down that line, and a great finish by Beverly Goebel. Another header, getting in front of her defender there, Catherine Reynolds. Beverly Goebel beats her to the ball, and off of a set-piece throw-in, Kim Little with a great ball, strikes that ball, and Beverly Goebel beats Catherine Reynolds in the air. Nothing that Lydia Williams can do about that. Again, look at that ball by Kim Little. Struck perfectly to that far post, and Beverly Goebel crashing. They had three players coming into the box. Kim Little picks out her player as Beverly Goebel. What a great time for her to score for Laura Harvey as we're talking about possibly bringing on Rapinoe. Rapinoe still warming up. Beverly Goebel scoring against her former team, the Western New York Flash.
What a finish from Goebel, her third of this season. Little gets her third assist of the season and had trouble getting the words out, but either way, a dynamite finish from Goebel, and Seattle again has come back late to equalize. We'll see how this one winds down in the final 27 minutes or so.
3 goals, 4 assists for Beverly Goebel, and it's great to see a player like Beverly Goebel. She was such a good player for the Western New York Flash.
Kerr offside.
Just couldn't see the time on that strong WPS team that they had. And like we said, they had Sinclair and Marta and just great players. Say Chris Sager, Bach, and just tough for Goebel to break that starting lineup. And you see the growth in Beverly Goebel. 3 goals, 4 assists. Key player for Laura Harvey, and she said that last time I spoke with her, that Beverly Goebel is that player that is going to surprise you.
There's Kawasumi. Challenge there by Edmonds, and good job by Edmonds to pick up a throw in here for the Flash. Here's Williamson. We're tied at 1 in the 65th minute. A second half goal by Seattle. Evening things up here at 1. There's Edmonds. Looking for some options. Zerboni coming over to help out. Forward to Spencer over her head. Fletcher chasing this one down. Seattle with several players warming up. Laura Harvey not making the official sub yet. And it is going to be the U.S. international who takes off her warm-up penny.
Puts it back on, as those are the
puts
rules.
It back on,
but she's putting her guards on, which is
that's a good sign, right?
It's a good sign for Laura Harvey and Rapinoe to come back out in her debut.
Yellow card to Angela Salem on her challenge there. Far side of the field. First yellow of the game.
And it's on Fishlock, and they've been battling all night. 2 players that just like to get stuck in, and Fishlock just trying to bring that ball, and Salem just tries to run right through her.
Fletcher with the restart.
Salem leads the team in yellow cards this year with 4.
Oh, good bit of work coming back is Spencer. Lloyd.
And now top of the league as well with 4 yellow cards.
Zerboni
starting to
back
flirt,
to Williamson.
Starting to flirt with that accumulation of yellows where you have to sit a game with too many yellow cards.
Edmonds pushing forward. Vicky. She's got Lloyd. Here's Winters, takes it away. Fishlock. Outside now to Reed. 67th minute. Even at 1. Fletcher back to Hope Solo. Dines. Fletcher. Now Reed, some possession here from Seattle. Kawasumi with space. Little again on the far side, looking to serve one in. Comes off her left boot, and it'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Flash as Megan Rapinoe will be coming on in the 67th minute, her first appearance since April 18th. Lydia Williams will have a goal kick here as the Rain looking to make a change. Looks like Kawasumi will come off, and she's had a good game tonight.
She has had a she's done very well on that right-hand side, and she gets up and down, and she'll go forward, but she'll close down on that defender quickly. And there's another great ball by Kawasumi.
Into LaRue.
Speaking of.
Back to Kawasumi. Tries to speed around Edmonds and can't. It'll be a goal kick coming up, and
that'll be her last
the fans
touch.
will be very happy to see this move. Megan Rapinoe coming on. Her second appearance of the season. First time since April the 13th that the 28-year-old has come onto the pitch for Seattle. Kawasumi stepping off on the far side. Now, Mike, what does this bring to the table for Seattle?
It brings a lot more danger for Seattle. They're going to be hitting a lot more balls that are going to be right on point. You saw that ball by Kim Little. You saw that ball by Fishlock to Beverly Goebel, both of those to Goebel. But now you got Rapinoe that's going to be knocking those balls all over the place. Very dangerous on the right-hand side. She's going to put a lot of pressure on Kristen Edmonds.
Here's Winters. Lloyd coming with some high pressure. Knocked away. Vicky. Back to Sahlen. Looks around. No one there, so she plays a short pass to Zerboni. And Rapinoe called for a foul immediately as she enters the game.
Well, you'll see that from a sub quite a bit. They want to get involved right away, and why not have it be a foul? Trying to win a ball. Try to get to that ball right away. They want to get a touch. They can't get it. They get fouled. They get a foul. I can't tell you how many times you'll see someone come off the bench and get a yellow card within 5 minutes of coming off the bench.
Rapinoe crowd wanted a call there right away.
You've been
you've
been warming up for 15 minutes, doing some sprints. You get put right on the field. That energy's going.
Here's Rapinoe. Crosses it into the box, and that's through everyone. And it'll be a goal kick here. Is Sonia, the 29-year-old from Barcelona, getting ready to come on. And if you haven't seen her play yet this season, you're in for a treat. Technical, skilled player. Handing in her card now to the fourth official. And 70 minutes in, we're tied at 1.
Yeah, pretty consistently you've seen Vicky Lasada play about 70 minutes each game, and that could be the change here as Vicky's been playing more in that left-hand sided role. And it's not going to be Vicky.
It'll be Angela Salem, they're telling us, who will come off for Sonia. As it'll be time to make that change now in the 70th minute. Sonia making her 13th appearance of the season as Salem comes off. Second change here for the Flash.
I really like that move by Aaron Lyons because it's not a swap for a swap. You're going for the win. You're at home. You're going to take out a defensive midfielder. You're going to have Zerboni move more into that defensive role, and you're going to go from that 4-2-3-1 into a 4-1-4-1, or maybe even that 4-3-3, and you're going to really put a lot more pressure into the attack. Vicky moves onto the inside. So now you're just putting a lot more, you're putting a little bit more offense. Take off Angela Sahlen and put on a Bermudez.
Winters, pressured by Lloyd. Spinning, looking for help. Finds it in Vicky. Into the 18. Goebel. Rapinoe's pass blocked away. Fishlock picks up the loose ball. Hope Solo back in the nets for Seattle.
And that's why McCall Zerboni is so valuable for this Western New York Flash team, because she could transition immediately from one role into another. Now she's playing the role of Angela Salem. And it's so valuable to have a versatile player like McCall Zerboni. You've seen her play almost every single position. I think the only position I haven't seen her play for Aaron Lyons is center back and goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah. But she's played outside back role. She's played in that attacking role.
Vicky, good idea, but again, not getting through. Cox reads it well. Winters, Little. Immediately looking for Rapinoe. Good anticipation. Broken up by Zerboni. Possession kept by Seattle. Fletcher. Now Dines. Goebel, the goal scorer. Reynolds all over her back. Goebel tried to play the diagonal ball into LaRue, broken up. But Seattle once again building their attack at midfield. Winters. Poor ball taken away by Taylor. Spencer. Lloyd. Flash on the attack now, 73rd minute. Lloyd, corner of the 18, and Kerr wasn't making that run into space as they look at each other.
And I think Carly Lloyd gave Kerr that look like, why are you so far outside and why are you staying with me flirting? You can see the entire back line straight across. And it's a perfect opportunity for you just to dart right in with your speed, take it. And I'm sure Carly Lloyd's going to have that conversation with Samantha Kerr when they go back to the tape.
I think the flag was going to come up as well for offsides. The referee's assistant just looking to raise that flag.
And she can't be offsides. She has to be able to see that line straight across. She's got to stay on sides.
Taylor down the middle. Spencer. Solo comes out. Loose ball. Spencer shot. Off the post! Off the post! Unbelievable! Unbelievable opportunity.
That was great. What a ball by Brittany Taylor. And Jasmine Spencer tries to beat Solo over the top. And it goes through. And Spencer gets that opportunity. Open net. And hits the post.
And a handball called here. Here's a look at that opportunity.
And what a ball by Brittany Taylor, recognizing Jasmine Spencer's speed and gives her the opportunity to threaten. She tries to put it over Solo. Solo does a great job stopping that first save. And lucky for the Seattle Reign right there. And the difference in any game is the players that come off the bench, and Jasmine Spencer's that player right now that could be the wild card, or is it going to be Rapinoe later in this game?
On the pushback into the Seattle half of the field, a handball called just outside the 18. Lloyd and Sonia setting up. 75th minute.
And we've seen both these players score here before.
Wall is backed up. Here's the whistle. Sonia, the shot, deflected. What a save from Hope Solo, punching it away. Great shot, great save.
And I think Sonia hits that ball almost into the upper corner. And Solo reads it. And good save right there by Hope Solo. And Carly Lloyd looked at Sonia afterwards saying, hey, this is a right footer.
Vicky into the box. Again, punched away by Solo as Taylor gets taken down, no call made. Lloyd taken away. Chance for the Reign to counter with Fletcher.
And there's
Goebel.
5 Seattle Reign coming forward right here.
Edmonds denies it, comes forward. Middle of the field, no one there. Fishlock outside to Little.
And boy, has this game changed. Look at the gap between the back four and the midfield in the Western New York Flash as this counterattack progresses for the Seattle Reign.
Here's Fishlock. Now Cox. Fishlock again, far side looking for Rapinoe. And she does keep it in play. Back to the top of the 6. Nobody else
and Laura
finished their runs.
Laura Harvey is yelling at her team right now, like, guys, stay with the play. And Rapinoe got there, and everyone just watched her.
Punched away by Williams, and she is taken down by LaRue. And again, LaRue and the official politely disagree.
So after that free kick that Sonia hit a good ball, but really, I believe that should be a right footer right there. And I don't know if Carly Lloyd and Sonia were on the same page. I think Carly thought she was going to hit it, and Sonia took it upon herself to strike it. She did hit a good ball, and Hope Solo made a good save.
There's Williams. Over from Spencer, but cleared away. Winters with the header. Goebel. She's taken down by Reynolds. Referee's going to call Reynolds over for a little chat. No yellow, just a harsh warning from the man in the middle. As Rapinoe onto the near side. Corner of the 18, and the flag does come up for offside. Late one, but Rapinoe in behind the Flash defense, and I thought that was real close.
Yeah, it was close, but the referee was talking to Catherine Reynolds and did not let her get back into position before he blew the whistle again. And the Seattle Reign took advantage of that. And so did Rapinoe try to take advantage of that. Unfortunately for Seattle, she was offsides.
78th minute, we're tied at 1.
Man, can she strike a ball?
Driven ball. Vicky. Still Vicky on the near side. Taylor Pressured by LaRue. Heavy touch, though. It's going to go into the box, and Williams will pick it up. Williamson with some space to come forward. Flash looking for their 5th win at home.
Catherine Reynolds put Brittany Taylor under pressure there. Plays the ball to her while she's under pressure from LaRue. Could have been a lot more dangerous than what actually happened there. And as Aaron Lyons tells Catherine Reynolds, let's put it into let's keep going forward with it.
Zerboni taken away by Little.
And boy, has this game picked up since the subs have come into this game, bring a little bit more life. It's also cooled down a little bit, where it was much, much hotter earlier.
Flash looking to pick up some valuable points and take sole possession of 3rd place, depending upon the Washington result. As this one sent forward to Vicky. Outside, Sonia. Lloyd. Carly goes down, won't get the call there. Spencer picks it up for the Flash. She's taken down, and this is a call as Goebel.
It should be a yellow card for me right there, because Spencer had Goebel beat. Starting to attack 2 players. Oh, and he's not reaching into his packet. That's very surprising for me. And right here, there's no call. There shouldn't be a call there, but here's Spencer takes a good first touch, a second touch, explodes, and then Goebel does nothing but play the man.
Sonia can have a go from here. Little, the only one fronting the ball.
Too many players are forward there. I think she's going to play this into the box. You got Brittany Taylor in there, Losado. Oh, she does have a go.
Shot.
I think she's got to play that in the box. You got Brittany Taylor forward. You got Lloyd in there. You got some good players that can get their heads on it. Play that into the box and see what happens.
Second change coming up here for Seattle. Nagara will be coming on, the 23-year-old, played for Boston last season. As Fletcher drives one forward for Rapinoe. Nicely brings it down. Williamson, good job holding her off, and she gets dumped down to the turf.
That's why we keyed in on Williamson before the game. She's a player you don't recognize a lot, but she does little things like that. Just holding a player off. Partners with Brittany Taylor at that center back position.
Kerr outside for Sonia. Into the box looking for Lloyd, headed away by Cox. There's Vicky. Double team, Little. Steps in, but Vicky determined there to keep possession, and she does. There's Spencer, 81st minute. Knocked away to Goebel. Good ball forward, looking for LaRue. She's in behind Taylor. Pushing into the 18. Still LaRue alone. And Brittany Taylor, nice job holding her up. Goebel dumped there by Lloyd.
He might have to hold back his yellow here, although that's been a few fouls for Carly Lloyd, but he does hold back that yellow.
And Nagara will be coming on now. She's going to replace the goal scorer, Beverly Goebel. And this change, Mike, in the 82nd minute. Goebel is off. Nagara is on. 1 assist in 6 games played for Mariah.
And Goebel, really good game for Beverly Goebel today. 3 goals, 4 assists on the season. The goal scorer today, crashing that back post off of a cross from Jess Fishlock.
Well, the Flash in the 33rd minute had the lead, and then no surprise, Seattle coming back, as they have so many times this season against Western New York, in the 63rd minute.
And I'm sorry, off of Kim Little, who's on top of the ball again right here.
Oh, good
That's
ball.
Dangerous.
Rapinoe with the little flick header just wide of the frame. Goal kick coming up here for Williams. 82nd minute.
And that was Fishlock with that opportunity there. And here it is, Kim Little and Jess Fishlock crashing really well there, but could have done better with the header.
Here's Reynolds, Zerboni, forward for Kerr, flicks it up and played it to herself. Taylor gets up for the header. Nagara back to Fletcher. Far side, Reed. Into space for Fishlock. Edmonds comes to break it up there for the Flash. Plays it back to Williamson. Kat Williamson coming over from the Portland Thorns. Seattle with possession in the Flash half of the field. Rapinoe. Edmonds steps in there hard on the challenge, takes it away. Sonia looking for Kerr. Poked away again by Seattle. There's Edmonds to Sonia. Nowhere to go. They've got to go back to Williamson. Her pass intercepted. Flash having trouble connecting here and keeping possession. Seattle comes away with it again. Little. Double team Vicky. Trying to start something here to Kerr. Here's Kerr again, fighting through the challenge of Winters. Pushing down the far side. Looks, serves, and it goes behind the goal. 84th minute, goal kick coming up for Hope Solo.
And for me as a coach, that would be so frustrating because Samantha Kerr does so well again, winning that ball against Keelan Winters, and you can see Keelan Winters a little bit tired as she doesn't chase down Samantha Kerr. Kerr gets down the line and just all for naught.
Here's Fishlock, dangerous here. Serves a good ball into LaRue, turns the Jets on.
Wow, look at her explosive speed at the end of a game, huh?
Got to that ball in no time. Rapinoe. Low cross. Shot at a goal from Fishlock. Rapinoe coming on in the 67th minute, and boy, does she make her mark.
Yes, she does. And she does it more than you know, man. She just, what a ball by, and she does a little trick here. She gets the ball. She tries to get the ball. She does it behind her leg right here. She tries to get that, gets stumbled a little bit. She gets through, and it's Jess Fishlock coming through the midfield, crashing, and it's McCarl Zerboni who's quite angry with herself because it might have been her mark.
No chance there for Williams at all. In the 85th minute, Fishlock's got her 4th of the season. Rapinoe with the assist. And I was just going to say, Mike, you're kind of getting the feeling that Seattle's going to make something happen. Rapinoe's getting more comfortable. And boy, did she come up with a beautiful ball. And this is deja vu all over again, Mike.
Close out the game, and that's the key to the game. And again, in the 85th minute, they don't close out the game. And now they're fighting back, trying to get a tie.
A very familiar place for the Western New York Flash against Seattle. They take the lead, and then late in the match, the Reign find a way. Still 5 minutes plus stoppage time.
And if I'm Laura Harvey, I start to think, hey, girls, concede the first goal, all right? Because I like the way you guys play when you chase the game. I mean, you don't want to do that, but the way that the Seattle team plays when they're chasing the game is tremendous.
No panic. Just continue to play, and they work their way back into it. Spencer may have taken a high kick. She is down holding her face.
You know, while I was in Brazil, we were watching that Germany-Algeria match, and Algeria is playing very, very strong, very good team. But Germany is like a machine. They just keep going, and eventually they're going to wear you down. And this Seattle Reign team is the same. You can see LaRue turning on the Jets, Rapinoe coming off the bench, making things happen. Jess Fishlock, the stamina that she's got at the beginning of the game is the same as she's got at the end of the game. They just wear you down, and the Seattle team they're relentless.
Hats off.
Resilient.
Got to give them credit.
Resilient and relentless.
That's why they're 11-0-3. As Jasmine Spencer still down on the turf. Flash do have one more sub available if Spencer cannot continue. Looks like she may be coming off.
And that play originally started a ball from Rapinoe to LaRue. LaRue gets the ball. She wins that ball, comes back to the outside. Then
that's right.
There's Rapinoe again making something happen, and she makes the cross count. That's what Rapinoe brings to any team. She makes the cross count when she gets down into those dangerous positions.
And we talked about that in the first half. Crosses really were off the mark.
Yeah, less to be desired. And
Spencer still laying down on the turf. We're in the 88th minute. Jasmine Spencer, initially I thought she was holding her face after a high kick, and let's see if we have a look at that from earlier on. And there's a look, Mike, on the sideline. Oh, looks like it's a knee, maybe to the chin.
Yeah, I don't see it close up enough, but it does look like, and here it is right here. You can see it.
Tough to tell if it was her knee or her shin, but Jasmine Spencer took it right in the mouth. And it's been a tough night for her. She gets taken down as she came on by Goebel, and then gets some help from the trainers as she's holding her mouth and the side of her face. Looks like it's her cheekbone that may have taken the brunt. But Amy Barzik will be coming on for Spencer in the 89th minute.
And maybe it's the ball that hits her. Oh, yeah. You can see that the ball hits right off the face. Good defensive play there by Cox. And
great looks in the replay. Thank you, guys.
And Spencer shaking up a little bit. You can see she's walking very slowly.
So Barzik comes on, the 23-year-old, making her 12th appearance of the season. 30 minutes of work tonight for Jasmine Spencer. She came out in the 59th, and she's off in the 89th, holding her right cheek. Reynolds struggling to keep this one in play, and she does. Crossed into the box. Hope Solo is going to eat that up every time at the 6. 90th minute. Seattle once again has come back to take a lead against the Western New York Flash.
Catherine Reynolds, we talk about those crosses. We've talked about it before. We talk about it again. She got forward, does a great job getting forward, keeping that ball in bounds, and then it gets played to Hope Solo. You got to play it between the 6 and the 12, and you had a lot of Western New York Flash crashing.
Now middle of the field, Sonia. Little, we're in the 90th minute. Barnes will be coming on. Lauren Barnes, the final change to eat away at the clock. She'll replace number 2, Sydney LaRue. Flash, a couple more seconds here. And 5 minutes on top of those seconds to try to equalize here. Outside, Carly Lloyd. Good touch forward for Kerr. It's not going to get there. Lloyd whips it into the box. Oh, the cheeky little back heel from Sonia. And it goes over the end line, and that'll be a goal kick coming up here for Seattle. Barnes coming on for LaRue in the 90th minute. Final change of the game. Barnes, her 14th appearance of the season. And LaRue coming off. LaRue gets a little round of applause from the suite to our right here. She had some moments of good stuff tonight, but
her moments come towards the end of the match.
Yeah, always, always.
Really just explosiveness and starting to take advantage of a long 90-minute game that the back four are playing.
And Solo gets this one into a stiff wind, headed away by Barnes. Here's Rapinoe. She's come over to this near side after the assist on the goal from Fishlock. Little's taken down by Barzik, and free kick coming up here for Seattle. Well, the rain appear to keep moving on and grinding away, finding ways to come back. Here is Rapinoe. Plays it back. Barnes taken down by Lloyd. No call. Oh, there's a call made, yep. Free kick coming up again for Seattle, who will eat away at this clock. 5 minutes called for. And Mike, you got a feel for the Flash. 3 meetings against Seattle this season. They've been in every game. They've been up in every game. And they just can't hold on against this talented side. Here's Little. Will Seattle look for more? Rapinoe. Short to Little. Now Cox. Short passing game here. Little is onside. No need to go forward. They'll keep it in the corner here and eat away at the clock. Cox. Barnes. extended possession here. The Flash need to get the ball back. Taylor does and clears it. Throw in coming up here for Seattle.
Yeah, you had 6 Western New York Flash in a tight little 10 by 10 space trying to win that ball from Rapinoe and Little and Cox just playing keeping the ball, playing a little possession game, 3v5.
Throw in here for Cox, who will take her time. We're in stoppage at Sahlen Stadium. Little. Good work to get away from the wall of red in front of her. Now Cox.
As Fishlock sits in the 18 all by herself, and they just keep possession, and Barnes has been part of that three-man possession there between Cox, Rapinoe, and Little.
It's the final meeting of the regular season between these two teams. The Flash looking to create some late-game heroics of their own this evening.
And there's that experience in McCall Zerboni. Let's just put that ball into the attacking third, and let's now move this field up the other way. And exactly that's where the field is right now. It's in the attacking third of the Western New York Flash. Put the Seattle Reign on the heels, and let's put numbers in the box.
Coming to the end here of stoppage time. Flash trailing 2-1. Vicky Williamson pushing it forward, now outside to Edmonds. Got to put this one into the box, running out of time. Flash still passing it around, spinning away on the far side is Edmonds. And this could be an opportunity on a restart for Vicky to set something up as Edmonds is swiped down. Fishlock called for the foul.
Edmonds does a really good job playing against a very strong player, Fishlock, keeping that ball away from her and really forcing Fishlock right here to slide tackle and get stuck in as Edmonds was starting to break away from Fishlock. Right here, she breaks away, and Fishlock tries to make a last-ditch effort to knock that ball out of bounds.
Into the book, yellow card for her efforts. All right, could be the last effort here for the Flash. We're deep in stoppage time. A restart. Vicky serves it into the box, and it's right at Hope Solo. She has gobbled up everything inside the 6. And that will do it. Greg Dopka, the official, blows the whistle, and Mr. Kerms, once again, Seattle has found a way to come back against the Western New York Flash. An unbelievable result. 2-1, Seattle over Western New York this evening.
And Aaron Lyons is a little bit beside himself, just saying, wow, how do they just keep coming back and winning against us? How do they keep doing it?
So with the result now, Western New York 6-8-2. No points picked up this evening, so Chicago and Portland, who play tomorrow night, very anxious with this result. And for Seattle, they remain undefeated, 12-0-3, 39 points, and still tops in the NWSL. Waiting for our player of the game interview. Mike, a lot of good choices tonight for both sides.
Yeah, Vicky, I thought Vicky had a very strong game. She got the assist earlier, and off of a set piece, she just the goal, I'm sorry. A great goal, and we were going to talk about goal line technology being used in the World Cup, and here at Sahlen Stadium, they've got Chris Trottier, who great call by the AR right there as the ball went in and out. But for us, really, it's Lydia Williams, who I thought had a good game. Nothing she could have done there on that ball by Rapinoe. She played just a perfect ball, and Jess Fishlock coming in, and then also nothing she could have done on Beverly Goebel, but she really kept this Western New York Flash team in the game.
Yeah, hats off to Lydia Williams, her 12th appearance of the season. And in that first half, she had 2 point-blank saves back-to-back. She was dynamite, and then in the second half, that beautiful diving save to keep the Flash in this one. She was outstanding tonight.
Yeah, nothing she could have done with those 2 goals, and I'm sure she might disagree with us, but she maybe could have changed something with Jess Fishlock, and I thought just Beverly Goebel made a great run to that back post to finish that. But
all right, let's go into field level. Our player of the game is the goalkeeper for the Western New York Flash. Lydia Williams joins us. Lydia, outstanding game tonight. hats off to you. A tough result, but your performance tonight was outstanding.
Thank you. It was, disappointing in the last, 10 minutes to get a loss in the game, but I think we performed pretty well for the first 80.
Lydia, what do you guys have to do to close out games? You guys are getting yourselves in a position where the other team is chasing you in the last 5 to 10 minutes of a game, and then you end up with a tie or a loss.
I just think we need to stay, concentrating for the whole 90. You tend to get a little bit tired when it's, stoppage time or the last 10, and, maybe they're making changes in formation. We just need to stay more motivated and desperate to win those balls, whatever's put in the box.
The 4-game homestand comes to a close tonight, and then next game is Saturday at Houston. That's a team that's given you all sorts of trouble. How do you guys approach that game?
Just the same as, I guess, this game. We're going to go out there, give it our all. Hopefully not let them anytime allowing to play out and, concentrating on neutralizing their attack when they get a breakaway.
Lydia, I thought you've done a great job this year coming into a role where Adriana Franch did a great job for the Western New York Flash, and hats off to you, just doing a great job filling in that position.
Thank you. It's been really cool to, be a part of this league. It's, every Australian's dream, I guess, to come over here, and I'm really excited the games that we're playing is really high quality.
Well, you got your crew with you. You've got Alan and you've got Samantha Kerr. That's got to be a little comforting playing with some of your fellow Australians.
Yeah, definitely. We've been playing with each other in the national team for 4 or 5 years now, so we know each other pretty well, so it's good to have them on the field.
Well, Lydia, great job tonight. Unfortunate on the result, but your performance was outstanding.
Thank you.
Lydia Williams, the player of the match this evening at Sahlen Stadium. Mike, we're going to wrap it up here with the final score. Seattle 2, Western New York 1. And your final thoughts from Sahlen Stadium.
You talk about players coming off the bench and making a difference, and it's just which players are going to make the most of a difference. And really, you thought it was going to be Spencer there. She hits the post. She's going to make a difference. She scores that, and it's 2-1, and they're chasing again. Instead, it's the other way. It's Megan Rapinoe comes off the bench with a great cross to Jess Fishlock.
The Flash are on the road this Saturday, July the 5th, at Houston, back home on Saturday, July 12th against the Washington Spirit. We will wrap it up for our production crew, our color commentator, Mike Kerms. I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long from Sahlen Stadium, Seattle 2, Western New York 1.